Welcome back to the Ambition Over Fear portal. I'm Atlas Opia and I help people expand their interdimensional knowledge. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing how to take energy that is currently appearing in your life and code it and transform it to match where you want to go. And really the tool of reframing is important because it can allow us to take whatever is happening in our day-to-day lives and experience it as some type of leverage to where we want to go. So instead of us thinking that we're either moving towards our goals or away from it, we see everything as here to give us the steps we need to proceed in the future. So I've got a lot of cool techniques coming your way, and I'm going to show you also how to locate the energy you need to plug into that timeline you want to move into with a powerful hand technique towards the end of the video. So stay tuned for that part. And if you're back on this channel or if you're new here, definitely consider subscribing, because what I do is take the experience of being an advanced, hypersensitive starseed soul that is having a human experience, and I look at what are the gaps in knowledge in our collective. How can I fill those with easily digestible skill sets that you can apply and see results in your day-to-day lives? Really creating more organization around your power and the energy inside of you. Okay, so to jump right into it, first we're going to look at reframing from a micro sense and a macro sense, right? Now what you initially have to do is start with the macro, the bigger picture, and then you work your way down to the smaller things. Because once you have direction, then you can guide and mold everything to fit that path and to go in that stream, right? So really what you want to ask yourself is, what do you want in your future? And oftentimes when this question comes up, some of you may know the answer, and some of you are still discovering more about your spiritual power and metaphysical potential and really why you reincarnated on this planet. So when you're deciding the timeline you want to move into, you can frame it in a way where it goes like this. I'm going to move into a timeline where I discover my greatest potential on this planet, more insight and clarity into how to manage my physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual power and the energy which fluctuates in between them. And really feeling a sense of curiosity towards uncovering more awareness in how to bring higher dimensional energy into your human system and find ways to apply it to modern day life. Because the gap between your higher dimensional consciousness and your human life, the reincarnation you chose to be in right now, is learning how to use your imagination to perform specific actions in the quantum field that can actually make changes in the energy system that you're living in, so you can experience more growth in your physical reality. But it's always based on our perception of how that can be done, right? Because sometimes we don't necessarily want to feel limited, but we don't have the information we need to actually perform these metaphysical actions, and we might not even know how to organize them. And that is truly why I'm offering each and every single one of you beautiful starseeds, powerful souls, hypersensitives, a chance to sit with me, a free starseed coaching session where I can truly shed light on interdimensional skills that you have access to. It is not as intense as it may sound. It is simply learning how to make the mind submissive to the soul and having a collection of different actions that your imagination can do because your imagination is your connection to the quantum field. It is how you change it. And once you learn how to change each individual part of the quantum field, you can really understand that your ability to gain leverage in your physical reality depends on having more information on how you can use your spiritual power to make these changes in the quantum field, and to really gain leverage in how you change the state of being you're in and the realms you're supposed to help. So click the link in the description down below, and my schedule has been getting pretty booked up. So if you're unable to book your free session, send me an email with your first name, last name, phone number, and really what you need help with and where you're at in your life, okay? Look forward to hearing from you soon. So to get back to the video, it's really deciding that even though our mind may not know what is next for us in our growth of consciousness, we have a feeling in our soul, and that's why you're on this video. That's why you're here with me, because there is new information coming into the collective consciousness that hasn't been here. There is a more articulate and organized way to actually use our spiritual energy to interface with the world in a way the mind understands. So starseeds and powerful souls like yourself can actually move forward. So make that your framework when you're choosing a new timeline. Is I'm going to come into my power. I'm going to go into it with curiosity and flexibility, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to experience the timeline where I see the most in myself, in the universe, of my soul, and the world around me. And so once you have that macro framing, then now you understand that, hey, everything that happens in my life is a stepping stone to get me to where I need to go. The macro reframing is understanding that you have more control than you think you do, and you are existing on multiple planes of existence at the same time. Even though your mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical energy work together, they are separate. So when you feel resistance and understanding that all you need to do is have an idea of a timeline which you experience your full power, and really you can frame and view everything happening as a step and a means and an assistance to get you there. When that initially comes up, you might have resistance, because what you're doing is you're bending reality. You're taking something that happens that may have been from an old story, and you're now saying it's actually part of the new story because it's going to help me, right? That's a huge shift, and you're bending the idea of feeling as if you have to be in one timeline or another, that you have to jump from one version of yourself to another, because in reality, all you need is a macro, all you need is a North Star, okay? And then after that point, what you want to do is every time a situation occurs, right? If it's something that is joyful and you feel good about it, you frame it to where this great experience is part of the story where you're coming into your greatest power. You feel in this present moment that you're experiencing your full creative and spiritual and cosmic potential and application of that on this planet. And whenever things happen in your world that are good, you now view that experience as part of the story, as they're one. And you can even run through this story, you know, yourself. Like for example, me, I'm creating a platform to help starseeds, as you know, and hypersensitives. So say something great happens, I have an amazing workout and I feel just amazing. I then say to myself, oh, I have had an amazing workout. And right afterwards, I'm going to help hundreds and hundreds of people through my work. You connect both realms together. What's happening now and what's going to happen, you make them one. okay? And when you're reframing on the micro scale, it's simply saying that you're going to take an energy that's occurring and you're going to remove how it's been used, and then you're going to take the essence of energy itself and wrap it in another type of container. It's almost like you have a machine, the machine's not working for you, you take out the battery and you put it in another machine. Use what you already have to propel you to where you want to go, and consider when you're reframing that the physical, mental, and emotional and spiritual realms matter. So say something happens where usually this is a trigger of mine and it's part of my shadow, something I've been trying to accept, heal, and show more love to. When you're reframing that to match where you want to go in the timeline of you embodying your greatest power, as you're reframing it, you want to first feel the reframing aspect in your mental energy. So, oh, this experience cause and effect, right? In the past, this experience has happened to you. We're talking about breaking patterns, and it has created this effect. Now this experience is happening, and I'm going to get a different input from the stimuli. I'm going to think that this is actually occurring for this other reason. That is a cause and effect, the mental energy, the masculine of how you frame something and the purpose of something in its functionality. Then emotionally, you feel that change. You connect the reframing of this energy to your body, and you feel a sense of acceptance with that shadow aspect of yourself as you breathe into it, and you can feel a sense of change, a new perspective, as if you're the divine mother and father and you're parenting your mind, body, emotions. And that this hard thing is really you looking outside of your life in and having more compassion for the journey you have been going through. As if you're looking at somebody in the world and just saying, wow, you have gone through a lot, you're a brave person. I can't believe you're enduring this and this has happened to you. As if it's a part of your story that has a redemption quality in the fact that you can hold on to the energy and you're gonna make something new out of it, right? That's that shift. And then physically, you wanna go into the observer after the emotional aspect, which is grounding the energy in the compassion for the shadow, but also feeling the aspect of joy and creation and wonder that now life is moving in this direction, because everything that was happening to you, which is an indication of old timeline, is now becoming this new energy. It already is. So after you go from emotions, then you go into your body. You go into the observer state and you look at your life, and when something happens that troubles you, when something happens which is an indication of an old timeline, from outside of your body looking in, or just observing your life as if you're watching a movie, you see you as a person, as an avatar, going through your day. That thing happens, and you think and become that change and reframing. You're actually seeing the story from the outside in. And then you want to feel into your heart center, your soul. And then you bring your energy into that new story. The new timeline where you're embodying all of your power. That new timeline where you're curious about the changes you're going to encounter and the shifts you're going to take part in. And really you understanding how to unlock that dormant energy inside of you by learning more about interdimensional skills, so you can take your imagination and make simplified actions in the quantum field that have a greater purpose, such as reprogramming your energy field in your house, your home, creating more ease in your problems in your third dimensional life, right? Spiritually, you feel into that timeline, and then you imagine the energy from your heart or your third eye, or both, moving into that life, directing into that life, you going into that body, And then of that macro timeline, where you're living this great version of life, you know that part of it was that reframing. So you're almost commanding the field to say, hey, I'm looking at this bigger picture, and the small things that got me there are the things that were reframed, but you don't think of them as being reframed. You just think of them as this happened for this reason to get me here and to bring me this breakthrough and this new achievement, right? So try that exercise and let me know what you think. I truly appreciate you guys being here with me, and I want to mention to you again, if you feel as if you're moving into a new stage of your metaphysical journey, but you don't know what that is, it's not because there's something off or you don't have the capability. It's just that the information hasn't been packaged right, and that information is fairly new. It's coming into the collective, and I'm bringing that as one of the galactic souls that are taking part in that mission to truly help powerful souls have more organization of their powers so they can implement their powers in their day-to-day activities, where if you have a problem or your day needs to be enhanced in small circumstances, you can do it by applying these skills. So book a session down below. It's free. If it's full and the schedule is not have any availability, send me an email, like I said, with your first name, last name, phone number, where you're at and what you need. And I appreciate you guys being here. Definitely comment down below what has been your experience. Like it if you enjoy the video. Please share it to anyone who is emerging into their greatest power right now, because I want to help as many people as possible. All right, I appreciate you guys. Stay in simplicity and power, and we'll talk soon. Bye.